What's up, Knicks Nation? We got a lot to talk about on this afternoon show. Do the Knicks have a depth problem? You know, they made some moves, made some trades. We know Gershon Yabusele was up out of here. But the thing about Gershon was he was the only 6'8" guy that they had on the team that was a veteran. Do you think that there may be some issues there? I'm going to let you know. We do got this whole trade saga. It's over finally. A lot of you guys are like, yes, we didn't get Giannis Antetokounmpo. A lot of you guys are like, yes, my favorite Knick didn't get traded. But we do have the buyout market. And I'm hoping that Leon Rose does something else in that market. We'll talk more about that. Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson survived the trade deadline. A lot of us didn't think that he would make it. I joined the Mitchell Robinson train in terms of keeping him because I felt like his value is just too valuable. And you're not going to get somebody in return that can do what he does at his position, right? More than likely, you will be getting somebody like a Nick Richards or somebody who doesn't have the experience. Jordan Clarkson. He also survived the trade deadline. But will he be a victim of the buyout market? We're going to talk about that. Where do the Knicks stand in the East? The recent odds were just dropped. We'll get into that. And of course, the flagship topic, or the main topic, the Milwaukee Bucks. They finally reveal what is it they want in return for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Of course, we're going to also talk about this Pistons game. Yeah, we did a somewhat of a Pistons roast last night. The Pistons fans didn't want no smoke as they got embarrassed by the Washington Wizards. We're going to talk more about that game. I'm going to get my usual breakdown, and we're going to discuss all of this on the Blue and Orange Lunch or Brunch Show. Big time salute to everyone in the building. Welcome to your show. I am Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, man. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the morning show / brunch show / yeah, you know what it is. Anyway, big time salute to everybody in the building. I see, we got some Detroit haters in the building early. Big time salute to my man Crim's dad. I see you. Big time salute to Zach. I see you. All the channel members, all the mods. Of course, Maxine, the super producer. Big time salute to you. Once again, this show almost didn't happen, but you guys got to thank Maxine for this show happening. Our son has been home the whole week because he's been sick. So, thanks to her, this show is going on. So big time salute to her and to everybody as you enter the show. Make sure you smash that like button, y'all, okay? All right, we're on the road to 10,000 subs. And we got a special event that I'm going to announce a little bit later in the show that we're doing next week. So we need to get the likes up, right? Hold on. Also, we need to get the subscribers up because we noticed in the last 28 days that 56.6% of you guys that watch the show are not subscribed. So y'all need to hit that subscribe button to help us reach our goal of 10,000. And you could be a part of history. And I'm going to show you how a little bit later. But welcome to the show, man. We do appreciate you guys tuning in during the brunch show. And I'm going to get right into it, okay? Bam. So, hold on, what happened to my research? Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Let me work on research mode from behind the scenes. I don't know what happened to it. Give me 2 seconds, y'all, while I troubleshoot this. But I'm gonna start with our man Jordan Clarkson because Jordan Clarkson is somebody who a lot of us thought was gonna be up out of here. At least I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that he would be up out of here, and for him to still be here, it's definitely pretty interesting to me. I'm not sure what's going on with my research mode right now. I'm gonna get it right. I will get it right. But he made it, and I do think that Deuce McBride's absence is part of the reason why he's still here. And so because of that, that's why Jordan Clarkson made it. Because you like realistically, you're going to need somebody that can give us what Deuce was giving us. Deuce was giving us a whole lot, coming off the bench, being a 6-man caliber guy, very very important. I'm not sure what's going on with my studio mode right now, but I'm working through it. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about Jordan Clarkson and him being with the Knicks right now. Do you think that he's going to make it past the buyout market? Um, I think that there's a good rationale to keep him here, because he's somebody that's a bona fide bucket getter. Plus, if you let him walk, one of your rivals are going to pick him up, and we don't want none of these guys getting better. That's something that I definitely do not want. All right, just make sure this is working. So I could transition. I'll put everything on the screen. So I'm just troubleshooting my research mode right now. Second. But let me see what you guys talking about. Definitely, like Maxine said, make sure you subscribe. Oh my God, we got a whole lot of Pistons. Is there not another Pistons guy in the chat? Oh Lord. We got to get the likes up. We got to get more Knicks fans in the building, man. Because the Pistons, they're trying to take over, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate seeing Detroit Pistons taking over the shows like Skywalker tried to do the other night. 1 second. What's going on? I can't get the research mode going. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna be back after this commercial. I'll be right back.
Real question. Do you actually know basketball or do you just watch it? Because most fans watch games and talk, but they're not breaking anything down. No tracking, no documentation, no real analysis, just reactions and baseless opinions. 82 Nights changes that though. Over 200 pages to analyze what you're watching, track rotations, break down patterns, highlight players, take actual notes. That's how you go from someone who watches to someone who knows. That's how your basketball IQ levels up. Link in chat, hardcover or soft, stop guessing, start documenting today.
Definitely check out the 82 Nights collection. You could go to our linktree/TheObjectiveFan, and you will get more details there as to how you could get it. And by the way, it is on sale. So you go check it out now for a nice low price. I'm still behind the scenes troubleshooting research mode because Jordan Clarkson is somebody who I think is definitely going to be pivotal to where we're going to go going forward, especially without Deuce McBride. I was really sad to hear what happened to Deuce, because Deuce was performing so well. And for us to lose him, I think that was a major, major blow. Major, major blow. But I don't know, y'all. This is throwing me off behind the scenes, man. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Take this one last transition, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. But last night, the Detroit Pistons lost to the Washington Wizards. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. I actually watched that game. I went back and I watched the game, condensed version to that game, and boy, the Detroit Pistons, man, y'all should be ashamed of yourself losing to the Washington Wizards. I can't wait till I get to that breakdown, man. It was just the epitome of embarrassment. The epitome of embarrassment. Boom, I think I fixed it. All right. Me troubleshooting behind the scenes, man. You got to give me credit. You just never know what's going to happen while we are doing the show. Bam, research mode is back just like that. All right. So where I'm going to start right now, I'm going to get to this Wizards game a little bit later with the Pistons, but I want to go to the scores. so we could see exactly what took place last night, as we always do. All right, and then I'm gonna get into tonight's scores. But last night, the Wizards embarrassed the Pistons in Detroit. In Detroit, they got embarrassed. They should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm gonna talk more about this game later. But the Magic smacked the Nets. That's expected. The Nets should never beat nobody for the rest of the season. They're definitely trying to tank, as we all know, because they're trying to get the best pick that they could possibly get. But I think the teams that are at the bottom haven't figured out yet that the league does not respect tanking. And I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if the bottom three teams get left out. Hornets beat the Rockets. Like, yo, I'm telling y'all, the Charlotte Hornets. J-Tap, where you at, J-Tap? J-Tap, where are you? Because I told you that the Charlotte Hornets, by the time, give the 10 games, they going to be in that possible playoff discussion. And they respond with a win against the Houston Rockets. San Antonio Spurs beat the Mavericks, nothing there. Warriors beat the Suns. That's interesting. Curious to know what happened in that game. I don't think Booker is there. And then the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid. And my fantasy superstar, Austin Reeves, is back. And we got that Luka news, so that bodes well for my fantasy team. Anyway, because, yeah, when Luka's not there, that's when Reeves goes off and he thinks he's Luka. I take it. As far as tonight, we got the big time showdown. By the way, just want to let y'all know, this game is not on just solely Prime. So if you have MSG tonight, watch it on MSG. The Prime broadcast is going to disappoint you. So make sure you watch it on MSG. Then we got the Heat versus the Celtics. That'll be an interesting game. I wonder if Buyout will be back for that night. You got the Bucks and the Pacers. Nobody cares. Pelicans, Timberwolves. Nobody cares. Grizzlies, Trailblazers. Nobody cares. And Clippers, Kings, a whole bunch of games that nobody care about. So the two games of the night are the Heat and Celtics and the Knicks and Pistons. Okay, so that's the scores from around the league. I'm going to double down on Clarkson because I kind of highlighted it, but there was an interesting article that was breaking down Clarkson and his potential future. I'm going to try to get that on the screen. Give me 2 seconds as I go into my notes. Hopefully it's there. But yeah, like I said, Jordan Clarkson to me is going to be somebody that's going to be very, very important because he was providing some offense. It's just that now that Deuce is not there, he's kind of out of the fold. So Clarkson, this was before the deadline. It said he may have played his last game before the deadline. This is, of course, before we knew that Deuce McBride was hurt. But Clarkson is the most likely player to be traded. Now, Deuce McBride getting hurt kind of changed everything. Of course, Pacome Dottie was somebody in there that everyone thought was getting traded, but he survived. But will he survive the buyout market? That's the question. I don't know. But because that's what's next. And I'm going to get to the buyout market next or in a second because I want to see the options that's available for us because there's some glaring holes. Or a glaring hole. Not some, but a glaring hole. Now, that as much as anything else elevates Clarkson into the most likely goner, pretty much any team can absorb his minimum salary. Now, even though his salary was very tradable, he still managed to stay here. He still managed to stay here. Now, we have a log jam at guards. You got Kolek, Alvarado, Clarkson, who pretty much do the same thing or they play in the same spots. What happens with that rotation? Is Kolek out? Clarkson's in? Are we running the three guards with Shaman? What say you? But Clarkson was highly thought to be traded. But clearly he's not. Clarkson has survived and he's made it. He's definitely made it. Now, the one thing I'm concerned about with Clarkson making it is that we're going to have a small lineup, bro. Possibly. And OG Anunoby is a game time decision tonight, by the way. Not sure how many of you guys knew that. I'm gonna get to the Pistons game, but OG Anunoby is a game time decision. It starts. It starts, man. I ain't gonna lie. And you know what? I'm a go right to the next topic, which is related to this with Jordan Clarkson as well. Because now this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're gonna go with Alvarado, Shamet, and Clarkson. That's gonna be the backup guards. I'm curious to know if that's how if you feel good with that. Do you feel good with that? I'm concerned because it was the size that gave us the edge. And I don't want to see no 3-point guard lineups. Please, Mike Brown, do not play 3-point guards. We did so many shows talking about why it doesn't work. But yeah, I just don't want to see it. Now, here's the other quagmire that this article pointed out. Now, I think this was also written right before the deadline ended. And, we made moves with Yabu. He's up out of there. I think that we have, I'm gonna pull this up really quickly just to see how much money we have, because I do think that we can sign someone in the buyout market, which I'm gonna get to in a second as well. But so we have $1.4 million in space. This is after the dust settled. Alvarado 4.5. Okay, so the only way we could be active in the buyout market right now is if, well, we can't do a trade. So damn, there's not technically there's not we can't get active in the technically we can't get active in the buyout market, because even though we're halfway throughout the season, I don't know if this is going to be enough money. The 1.1, I think we had to be 1.5, but I'm a stat check that. I'm gonna stat check whether or not we could sign somebody with that 1.1. But that's an interesting number because all right, so the majority of the games are played, so it goes by how NBA players are paid is by game check. So it's not just a year thing; it's each game you're paid. So if the minimum is, so this is what the minimum is. The minimum is, depending on who you are, 2.1, 1.9. Rookies is 1.2, like see Diawara. So right now, we could sign a rookie 100%. What I'm not sure about is the 2.2. Now here's why I think we could do something on the buyout market is because if you look at the math, if we sign somebody for 1.1 million, which we did create this space because before the trade, we were at a couple of 100,000. So now with the 1.1, which is a great initiative or incentive by Leon Rose, I think he did a great job. He frees up money because I do think we could use this 1.1 to sign somebody. I'm going to stat check it, but the 1.1 is half of the 2.2. Y'all see that? It's half of the 2.2, which is the minimum. And we only have 30 games left. So I'm not doing all that math. But based off of the optics, we should be able to get active in the buyout market. All right. And I think that the Knicks, they got to. We have no choice because, all right, I could do it like this. At the 5 spot, you're solid, right? And then you could also bring up Jamison if you needed to, right? You could bring up Jamison with that last spot. That's it. God forbid something crazy happens to one of your centers. But the 5 spot, I'm not worried about. Look at the power forward position. They got Jamison listed as a power forward. You and I both know that Jamison is not a power forward. He's not. So realistically, Mo D is your only true power forward. You got a whole bunch of point guards. You got a whole bunch of small forwards and guards, 2 guards. You got 7 2 guards / small forwards. 7. 4 point guard based off of how the NBA does their positioning. This is a balance problem. And I do got a way to solve it. And I'm going to get to it after these messages.
Most basketball fans watch games and talk loud, but they're not really seeing anything. They're reacting. They're repeating what they heard. They're not analyzing. They're not breaking it down. You want to be different? 82 nights. Over 200 pages where you document what you actually see. Break down rotations, track patterns, game to game, highlight the players making moves. When you put it on paper, you start seeing what actual fans miss. Your predictions improve, your insights get sharper, your basketball understanding jumps. You stop sounding like everyone else and you start speaking from knowledge. That's what this channel is about. That's what 82 Nights is about. Link in chat, elevate your game now.
Definitely check out the 82 Nights, the official basketball intelligence system. You could do so by checking out the link tree. And you will be able to expand your basketball knowledge beyond the horizon. Big time salute to Maxine who just walked in. Hopefully everything is okay. I'm gonna get back to research mode really quickly because I want to look at the buyer's market and then I'm gonna take some calls. All right. So let me get research mode back on the screen. Quick transition. Bam. All right, cool. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you guys to the buyout market. Now, there's a lot of all right, let's go to Yahoo first. Yahoo got a pretty good list. Everybody has a list, but these are the guys that could be bought out and become free agents after they're bought out. So right now we got Lonzo Ball. How many of you guys are feeling Lonzo Ball? Do we need another point guard? No. So let me just skip down the list because remember, we don't got no power forward, y'all. If OG Anunoby goes down, what's going to happen? Could somebody explain that to me? What's going to happen? You going to go back to double big lineup? Please do not mention double big. Y'all know I did a show yesterday exposing the double big lineup. Big time salute to Mitch. Big time salute to Cat. They play better apart. It's not a debate. The evidence shows that they're minus 0.7. Okay? Or minus 0.1. One of the two. Don't remember the exact number, but they're a minus in the last 7 games, and they only played 4.6 minutes, which is a big time drop because they were averaging about 7 minutes on the year together. Why did they drop it? Why are they not playing them? It's not effective. So what are you going to do, ladies and gentlemen? So now we got to go to the buyout market. Now you got Mason Plumlee. I wouldn't mind Plumlee if we needed a 5, but I think that with Ariel, Mitch, Towns, I don't think you need another 5. Then you also got Jameson, who you could bring up, God forbid if something happened, you could convert him to a regular salary. Now here's a guy that I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking I might bring him in. How do you guys feel about Chris Middleton? He's somebody who still can get buckets. I mean, injury-wise, he's not durable. He's definitely not durable. He's not the most durable. But besides that, he's still a bona fide bucket, man. He can make plays for others. He could definitely bolster our second unit. Now, I'm not trying to say that our second unit is weak, but what say you? He's a former NBA champion, right? He has some good size, though. He's not a power forward, though. I guess he plays power forward because he's getting older and slower, but he's not a power forward realistically. So that's my only drawback on bringing this brother in is that he's going to come in, but he doesn't really help with the size issue. Now you can play him at the 5. You definitely can play him at the 5, but is this something that you want to do if you're the New York Knicks? When you know that you could benefit from having some size on the floor. Is this something that you are considering to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he is one of my favorite targets. And then you got Marvin Bagley. Now, Marvin Bagley is not really a 4. Maybe you could get away with him at the 4. He has some game. I don't know. I'm not really sold on Marvin. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not really sold. They got him down there as a massive draft bust. Big time salute to him. I know he went to Duke University, but I don't think that he's the best representation for Duke University. You feel me? So it is what it is with that regard. Howard Haysmith, no, a whole bunch of guards, man. And this just shows me that guards have a hard time. You need a charger? Guards, guards, they have a hard time in this league. All of the guys that's going to be on the buyout market are mostly guards, point guards and two guards. They're a dime a dozen, right? Klay Thompson, will he be bought out? DeMar DeRozan. Now, DeMar DeRozan is interesting. I wouldn't mind getting DeMar DeRozan, but I feel as though there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be jockeying for DeMar DeRozan. I feel like the competition is going to be elevated for DeMar DeRozan. I don't know, y'all, but what say you, man? What say you? I'm opening up the phone lines. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. You know, we talking about a whole lot of topics. Bucks general manager, they respond with what they want. And they said they want Brunson. Oh, Lord. We're going to talk about that. We're talking about the Pistons. If you want to roast the Pistons, feel free to call up and roast the Pistons. That's up to you. But we do have our first caller. Let me make sure I can get this brother in the building. Hello, caller. State your name. Let the people know where you're calling from.
Boy from Cali, man. What's good? What's good?
What's going on? D from LA, man. Talk to me, brother.
All right, I'm gonna keep it straight to the point. So I wanted to say something about the topic that you have in the title about Jalen Brunson being wanted by the Bucks, right?
Yes.
Possible for Giannis.
For Giannis, yep.
When Jalen Brunson got his extension, the belief was that he took a pay cut. I've never believed it because what I believe is that Leon Rose was never going to pay a 6-foot Jalen Brunson what people believed he deserved and what he would deserve if he was taller than 6 feet, right? Why am I bringing this up? Because there's also something that I don't think Knicks fans are talking about enough. I don't think Jalen Brunson is going to be paid another max his next contract. I think the same. I do not think so. And here's why. You just said something about the buyout market. You said there's a bunch of guards, right?
Yes.
Also, if you look at Trae Young, if you look at Ja Morant, I told folks with this second apron, if you study Moneyball and basic statistics, it is going to increase the height of the average NBA player. Because number one, so that's something that I don't think people are talking about enough, because the story is Jalen Brunson took a pay cut. I believe Leon, knowing the second apron is coming, saw this is not a good investment to make 33% of our roster or salary back on this guy. Another thing is I don't think Knicks fans would want a future Jalen Brunson taking up that much payroll. I don't think people understand it just yet, but they'll see it. Why am I bringing this up about Giannis? After Giannis, the whole debacle happened and Giannis did the whole I'm not leaving thing, kind of put a bad taste in my mouth as far as like, I don't even know if this guy is ready for the New York media. It seems like he's Mamba mentality, but Dwight Howard goofy. It's like, bro, I don't know if I would build on the talent, but the personality might be a little bit too off.
Right.
But if it is true that the possibility is the Bucks would take Brunson in a Giannis trade, I would not personally do it because he's the captain, but I would not be shocked if Leon pulls the trigger. And it goes back to what I'm saying about the future of Jalen Brunson's contract. Keep an eye on that.
Right. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm gonna respond to that as soon as you get off. That's a great point.
Doubt.
I haven't heard no other fans say that or bring that up. It's something that they don't talk about
at all. That contract for a 6-foot scoring guard, just keep an eye on that. Well, I'm gonna holler at you.
Big time salute, man. I appreciate you. It's hard for me to say the brother wasn't on the money. This is why I love when he calls in. He always has some great insight.
10
the only thing I think I would say that I don't agree with is the pay cut. That's the only thing I probably would push back on. But everything else he said is on the money. And just to give this is not my entire take because I'm about to go in on the Bucks too as well. But I'm leaning on that side with Brunson. I know y'all know my slogan is I trade anybody can go. Anybody. Y'all already know the slogan, y'all. Anybody can go. But I don't know about Cap. As far as the pay cut, I'm going to spend some time on that. The pay cut, I think he took a pay cut, brother. I'm sorry. If he goes out and makes All-NBA second team or first team as he should have been that first year, he definitely, in my opinion, this year should be first team because Luka's going to be out of the running, right? He's got to get it reevaluated. Jokic can't miss one more game or he's out the running. So there's going to be some openings for Jalen Brunson to get to that first team level. If Jalen Brunson becomes an All-NBA first team and the Knicks get to the finals, you're going to have to pay him. I'm sorry. You're going to have to pay him. He's not taking another pay cut. But my point is because when did he sign the historic number? We broke it on this channel, actually, when a relative of his called into the show. This is another reason why you guys need to subscribe. Make sure you guys get all the notifications and make sure you guys don't miss a moment because you just never know who's going to call up. But I believe that was the year before Towns, right? Okay, so that means that the year where he actually made NBA second team and made his made an All-Star game, now he would have been eligible for that big time money. And I'm not saying he would have got the $300 million. I don't think he would have got the entire max, but I do think he would have got over $260 million. I don't think the Knicks could have justified not paying him that salary, and Leon Rose's hands would have been tied. So because they're all a part of the mafia, and we were found guilty for tampering. Unfortunately, when we acquired Jalen Brunson, those guys are all in cahoots. But I can't see Jalen Brunson sacrificing that money going forward again. And I think he's worth every penny of it. He's top. Jalen Brunson's a top 10 player in the league. While, like I said, D was on the money with everything else. As far as the height thing, I'm tired of the height argument because I feel like it's selective bias. No one mentions the height argument because Steph Curry makes a lot of threes. That's the only reason why Steph Curry, he's the best three-point shooter in the history of the game, so nobody cares about his size. But Jalen Brunson does a lot of the same things that Steph does. The only thing Steph does is you could say Steph in his prime was more of an assassin than Brunson in terms of points and bunches. But when you talk about bag, I think Jalen Brunson's bag is up there with Steph Curry's. It's just that Steph Curry is more of a threat to shoot that long three ball. But when we're talking about mid-range package and being able to get by guys and be able to one-on-one, like you can't guard Stephen Curry one-on-one, but you can't guard Jalen Brunson one-on-one. I'm not saying Brunson all-time career, when Curry was in his prime, I'm not saying Brunson is as good as Steph. I'm not saying that. Steph is, to me, is the best point guard in NBA history. That's not a debate. But right now, Brunson's in his prime and Steph Curry's towards the end of his prime or out of his prime. So I'm giving Jalen Brunson the edge. And I think that Jalen Brunson is that dude. And he deserves to get his bag. What he did was noble, and that's the only thing I disagree with, D, is that I think that it was a pay cut. But keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. Call up. The Bucks, they named their price for Jalen Brunson. What say you? They said they want Brunson for Giannis. I am going to go in on Milwaukee. Trust me. 646-995-8389. Last night, I did a show saying that Giannis is coming in the summertime. And if you missed that show, you need to watch it because all of this is a play, man. It's all a play for Giannis Antetokounmpo to save face while he makes his exit. I don't get it. As a grown man, I'm going to do what I want to do, right? That's just me, though. Everybody has their own way of doing it. But before you guys continue to call, you guys can call, but I'm gonna keep the show pushing. I'm gonna touch on another topic before we move on. I guess we could get, because I'm trying to see where I want to go. Because listen, everything I'm doing today is deliberate. I'm telling a story with these topics. Let's get into Mitchell Robinson. Okay, Mitchell Robinson is somebody who has, survived the Leon Rose criteria. And that criteria, if you don't know what it is, it's somebody surviving a trade deadline without signing an extension. Mitchell Robinson is the first key rotation player to do that. Big time salute to Mitchell Robinson. And to all my Mitchettes, I am riding with Mitchell Robinson. I will not allow no Mitchell Robinson slander on this channel. All right? Not happening. To all the Mitchettes, I'm riding with this brother. As long as we don't see double big lineup, I'm good. Mitchell Robinson deserves the bag. And Leon Rose, now he has forced your hand. You got to pay this man. All right? We seen what he did to Jokic, having to come in for Towns because Towns is in foul trouble. Mitchell Robinson is the Karl Anthony Towns insurance policy. He's not his collaborator. I don't think they collaborate. I think that they supplement. You know the difference between supplement and complement? I think he supplements Towns, not complements Towns, meaning not together, but one in, one out. Mitch comes in. Somebody said this, I can't remember who, but they are the best big man duo. I repeat, they are the best big man duo in basketball. All right? Say what you want about Towns. I don't really give a damn about the Towns slander. We know that his offense is not up to par. But he's the number one rebounder. He's the undisputed number one rebounder in basketball. Mitchell Robinson is the undisputed number one offensive rebounder in basketball. Leon would have been foolish to trade Mitchell Robinson away unless he was getting a Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is the only way you could move off of Mitchell Robinson. So to the Mitchettes, I am riding with you today. Mitchell Robinson has shown when we went up against the Spurs in the NBA Cup. I know it don't count, it do count, it don't count, whatever count. And we had to match up with Wemby. And then we seen what Wemby did to the Oklahoma City Thunder. In my mind, I'm like, well, you're going to need a big man. You're going to need the blockness monster. There's no way I'm trading this guy for anybody. Oh, he's Missy. And this guy and Nick Richards. None of these guys have the experience that Mitchell Robinson had. So it would have been foolish to make the trade. I do got a call. I'm going to take a call in the midst of the story. Hello, Keith. What's going on? ATL in the building.
What's going on, bro? I just got out of court. I've been in court all day, so I don't know if this has been spoken on or not. First things first, as always, salute to you and the great job that you do.
Big time.
But I don't know if you've spoken about a couple of things, like as it relates to the Alvarado trade. One thing that happened, they keep talking about how it was, he knew Deuce was hurt. Well, that's not the first time he's done this. He did that when we brought in, when we got rid of Grimes and brought in, who was that, Burke and Bogdanovich. As soon as we made the trade, the very next day, we heard that OG was having surgery, had already had surgery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Good point.
Leon has a real good way of making sure all his cards are held close to the vest, because we can't get fleeced that way. Because had Detroit known that OG was hurting and was about to have surgery, they'd have wanted more than what they got for Burke and Bogdanovich. The same thing with Alvarado. If they know that Deuce is gone until at least the playoffs, all of a sudden those two seconds become one number one, a first rounder or something like that. You know,
Washington pick or something crazy like that. Yep.
Exactly. And the second thing I want to say is what you were just saying as I called in. We have the best center tandem in basketball, and I think I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact, I know I said that to you in one of our previous conversations.
Right.
Mitchell Robinson is so elite at what he does. I'm not comparing him to Giannis, but I made this point before. In order to get rid of Mitchell Robinson, you have to get someone else that does something at an elite level.
Right.
Because what Mitchell Robinson does, he does at an absolute elite level, game-changing level. So I'm not comparing him to a Giannis, but you're absolutely right. If you're gonna trade him, he's gonna be included or involved with a deal with someone that does something at an elite level. Period. You're not just getting rid of him for a rotation player or a role-playing starter. Whoever it is has got to be elite at their role. Otherwise, second apron, here we come. Mitch is about to get the bag.
He got to get the bag.
He's going to get the bag.
100%.
And I'm going to let you go now because I'm driving back to the job site. Well, to the job site. I've been in court all day. So driving to the job site, I'll listen in for the rest of it and replay gang what I missed. Great job.
All right, man. Safe travels, brother.
Everybody have a good day.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. That's my man Keith from the ATL. Great call. It might have been him who said, I can't remember if it was him or somebody else, but it might have been him who said it. They are the best tandem in basketball. That is a huge advantage in you got to understand that besides the backup power forward spot, this team doesn't have any weaknesses. So big time salute to my man King for doubling down on what I said. Definitely let the calls continue. How's it going, man? What's going on,
big brother? What's going on, man? Good to hear from you,
Brooklyn
man.
in the building, baby.
Brooklyn in the building, man. We here, man. Knicks is here.
That's a fact, man. So what's your thoughts? Where you want to go? We got a lot of topics today.
Man, I've been listening in. I'm gonna be the objective Knicks fan right with you. I am torn. I feel like our window is closing. I feel like the rest of the schedule, as well as the Deuce McBride injury, definitely pertain to why we got Alvarado. Obviously, it was a hot commodity. I personally think we struck out. We were looking to rebuild this bench essentially because Clarkson seamlessly is out of this rotation now and Yabu is gone. So everything of what we did in the offseason is pretty much nullified based on what we just did. Right. And we still don't have a bench that's assured. It's a logjam at the guard. It's a continuous logjam at the guard. And all we did was supplement the Deuce injury. Right. Like it's not breaking news that Alvarado's here. Now Deuce is out. Right. And then it's like, did we get bigger? Did we get stronger in the interior post? Do we actually have people that could effectively back up OG and Cat outside of Mitch? It's not Josh Hart. Right?
No,
guys finishing the post with in an interior post with contact against Mitch. Mitch can't block every shot, and he can't guard through 1 through 5. He cannot guard through 1 through 5. I hear the elite Mitchell Robinson talk. I heard it on the last call, and I've been hearing it throughout Knicks Spaces as well as your pod. It is egregious that we still talking about a guy who we've been load managing for years. That's number one. And even if we are using him as a utility player off the bench or interchanging him from starting lineup to the bench, we are in a championship window. We need teams that were built like how the Raptors were, right? Like teams like how the Celtics were. We want an overwhelming favorite team with veterans that just seamlessly just fit and want to be here. That is not necessarily the case for this Knicks team. Let's just be real. The East did get better. And again, me looking at this schedule, we are in trouble. There's no Giannis here. Literally, everybody in the East has gotten better. And it's in terms of tanking, the CBA was already put in place for teams not to tank. If you can go on the play-in and still find some way to get a number 1 pick or find a way to make popcorn trades like we've seen throughout this week, what are we really talking about in terms of this team and its ceiling? How do we go from a 2-9 losing streak to now this winning streak losing streak to this winning streak that we've been on against similar teams, right? And I'm going to say similar teams because before the losing streak, we had beat teams with guys with 2 rotational players as starters out of their lineups. At that point, we didn't play Denver. But at that point, we didn't play OKC, right? At that point, we didn't play any upper echelon teams. And every team pretty much in this league is injury riddled. So what is to say really of this team in this season? We don't need to overbloviate this team. Let's dissect what's going on in this league. In this circus that is circumventing Adam Silver and his control, because these owners are essentially basically hurting the league and hurting the game. Peace to you, man. I know you got shot clock. I don't want to hold you too long. I'll probably talk more in the chat. I'm gonna send you definitely some love, man, and definitely
appreciate you,
get on
King.
the subscription chain, man. Love to y'all. Peace to the host and everybody you got going on.
Great call, man. Let's go Knicks, man. Great call. Great call. Even though I disagree with some of what he said, I get it. I get it. And I think he also was wanting Giannis too. And I'm gonna break down what he said on the call. But I gotta share with you a very special message. I was working behind the scenes because my studio got all tied up. But we got something special that we would like you to know. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to, because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. It's going down in a major way. February 13th, the first ever 24-hour fan edition of the Knicks Fanathon, baby. We going to be rocking. You guys got to make sure you're here. I just got some messages from some people asking me about it. Be trying to get to finalizing all of the collabs that's going down. Man, it's going to be a problem, man. Big time salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to my man King from Brooklyn who just called up. Of course, my man Keith and D from Los Angeles. If y'all want to call up, you guys can. 646-995-8389. I was talking about Mitchell Robinson and his value. I just think that you just see what he does. Even against Embiid, even though he was getting cooked in the first half with Towns. But with that third quarter against... See, it's not about Mitchell Robinson starting, right? It's not about Mitchell Robinson having to do more in than 20 minutes. It's about what he does in them little 8-minute stretches, man. It helps us a whole lot. So I agree with what my man King was saying about the center. We need more than Mitch off the bench. We need to get size, and that's why the buyout market, right? The buyout market is important. There's another. I didn't put this on the screen. I think there's somebody else as well. Hold on. Because everybody got a buyout market list, and none of this stuff is official. These are the names that we are assuming that's going to be bought out. Some of these guys already got bought out, like Conley's about to be bought out, and he's going back to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tell me that's not a cheat code. That's not nothing new. That used to go on back in the day too. You would do a trade for somebody, the other team will waive them, and then you bring them back to the team. Ain't that like collusion? I just feel like that should be illegal. But DeMar DeRozan is going to be the hottest name on the buyout market. I don't think we have a shot to get him. As far as Cam Thomas, he's going to be another hot name because he's young. Chris Paul, I don't think is coming back. Kyle Anderson, how y'all feel about Kyle Anderson? Slow-mo. Now, his name is slow-mo for a reason. He's going to slow you down. But he is 6'9", right? And he's shooting 52.3% from the field. He could play power forward, but he's kind of slow and doofy. He's a little slow and doofy. He might be like one of the head dudes that's a part of the Big and Doofy campaign. But, he's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about Kyle Anderson. My pick, I want, is Chris Middleton, even though he's not really a power forward. I just feel like he's just a bona fide bucket getter, and he's a veteran, and he could help you off the bench. Like I said, Mike Conley, he's going back to the Timberwolves. All right? So that's a cheat code. Lonzo Ball, we don't need no guards. This is the guy who I want. Big time salute to y'all if y'all remember me in the offseason. I said, yo, we need to go get that kid Chris Boucher from Toronto. How many of you guys remember that? This is the guy I want. 6'9", his buckets. I don't know why he didn't play in Boston. I really don't. I don't know why. I had to watch at least maybe 15, 16, 17 Boston games. I don't think I ever even seen him play. Like, to keep it all the way funky, I don't ever remember seeing Chris Boucher check in. I'm telling you right now, he's 6'9". He's one of them slim dudes. I don't think he's a great rebounder. Hold on. I think he's worth a Basketball Reference. Let's pull him up on Basketball Reference. All right, let's pull him up. By the way, big time salute to you, King from Brooklyn. I see you, man, on the super chat. He said, of course, I wanted 34, and I feel like we struck out. Our windows close out. And, close out window. Ooh, our upcoming schedule will expose us. We not contenders, and we didn't get better. Big time salute to my man, Young King 100. And also, thank you, Young King, for joining the channel. Welcome aboard, OKF Nation, man. We do appreciate all the support, like my man just did from Brooklyn. You see, yo, Brooklyn, we always show love, man. Big time salute to Brooklyn in the house. Big Brooklyn energy going on right now, man. We representing for every single neighborhood in Brooklyn, man. This is how we do it. From Bronzeville, to East New York, to Flatbush, East Flat, the whole, to Bensonhurst, wherever you want to go, man. Big time salute to everybody from Brooklyn. And if you also would like to send in a donation because you cannot call up, feel free. I will break it down on the screen like my man Young King just did. I am going to break down his message, and I'm going to respond to it. I understand where he's coming from because I do remember now his calls now. He has been calling in asking for Giannis when I do the Giannis shows every day, and I'm with him. I agree from a standpoint that we would have been better off trading for Giannis now, right? We would have been better off for trading for Giannis now. But I'm going to say this. I still think we have an opportunity to win the championship. Now, am I picking us as the favorites to win the championship? Hell no. As much of as a Knicks fan I am, like you see in that Fanathon video I did, I had the I bleed orange and blue. I've been riding with the orange and blue since the 90s. You feel me? I've been riding out for a very long time. A very long time. And I don't plan on getting off the train. So I get where he's coming from. But I still got to give us a shot. I'm not saying we the favorites. I think we could make it to the final. I'm keeping it real. I'm not impressed by what Cleveland did, King. I'm not impressed. I'm not. James Harden, to me, I mean, now you got two guys that like to dribble the ball. What are you going to do? Dribble. Then you dribble. And then, okay, great. He's a great pick and roll player, but defensively, they're still suspect on the perimeter. I don't know why they think they're good on the perimeter. I see that Tyson kid. He's nice. Tyson is nice. I like the Tyson kid a lot. But he ain't the greatest defender on the perimeter. Like, yeah, he played defense, but he ain't nobody that's like no Dyson Daniels or nothing like that. To me, he's not. He gets buckets. He going to put pressure on the defense, but how's he going to get buckets if James Harden is dribble, pick and roll, wait, then for them to collapse and double, then I kick it out? I mean, I don't see that working in Cleveland. I really don't. I don't see it working in Cleveland. I knew they had to make a move, King, but I think we're going to beat Detroit tonight, King. And I'm going to tell y'all why in a second. I think Detroit is food. This is a team that was getting smacked in the first quarter, like 36 to 12 or second quarter. Early in the game, they were getting smacked last night, Detroit. Oh, and by the way, I do got a special message I'm going to play from Kay Cunningham. This is in from Kay Cunningham himself. I'm going to play it on this show. But King, man, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. As far as the window is concerned, I agree with the window part of what you're saying because Giannis would have gave us another 2 years. Right now, it's so much pressure on us to get to the finals, and these guys better. But King, I'm going to tell you, And listen, you have the right to feel how you feel. I was disappointed too until I realized the play. Because King, how about this? What if I could tell you that we'll get Giannis in the summertime and we're going to have to reshape the team, but we're still going to be able to make some magic happen with Giannis and Captain together. They talking about they want Jalen Brunson. That's coming next. But anyway, how do you feel about that, King? I'm riding with you. Big time salute. Welcome to the OKF Nation. And King, also, get inside the Discord server. When you go to the membership tab, join the Discord. We gets it in on the Discord, brother. We talk about the Knicks 24/7. All right. And there's no trolling. There's no funny business. It's all supporters who rock with us. We disagree all the time, but we do it respectfully, and we're able to have a conversation. Like me and J-Tap argue all the time. You would think me and J-Tap got beef or something the way me and him argue. Maxine be like, oh my God, you and J. I'm like, nah, that's what we do. We just talk smack. J-Tap's my man. We've been riding with J-Tap. J-Tap met my entire family. So me and J-Tap could never go that way. But it's just fun in basketball. That's what we do. You know, and we speak our minds. But big time salute to you, young King. Welcome to OKF Nation, all right? But I'm gonna go back to Chris Boucher. And young King, hopefully you feeling Chris Boucher. I think if you don't not familiar with the brother, I think you would like him. Boston didn't really use him right this year, but this guy is somebody who can play defense. Forget his numbers with Boston. He didn't play. He only played 9 games. That's why I didn't see him. Because I watched like 16 Boston games. I swear to God, I never seen this guy touch the floor. And I'm always asking, what happened to Boucher? Nonetheless, you know, he's about to get bought out. Or if he didn't get bought out already, he was traded just as a cash cutting deal, cash relief, because when they traded him, now Boston is under the luxury tax. I told y'all that's what Boston was trying to do, but we did not anticipate Boston winning. By the way, channel members, I'm doing a members only live. I got to figure out when I'm doing it because it is Super Bowl Sunday, but I got to do a members only. It's usually members only Sundays, but I'm gonna give you the lowdown on Boston. All right, I'm gonna give you the lowdown on Boston. But this kid right here was balling out of control, man. I don't know why he fell from grace. He fell from grace in Toronto. He played 50 games, had no injuries. The reason why he missed 32 games, he just got a whole bunch of DNPs. But when he played, he was nice. He's better than Yabusele. I'm telling you right now, he's a defender. You know, look at his nickname, Swatter Boy. You know why they call him Swatter Boy? Because he blocks a lot of shots. They call him Block Quebecus. I don't know what that is, but I think that's Quebec. So he was with Toronto. Block Quebecos, whatever. He blocks shots, man. 6'8" long. And they call him Trey Boucher because he can knock down the 3-ball. Yeah, he can knock down the 3-ball. Get this kid. Leon, hold up. Leon, look at me. You did the right thing. You kept Mitchell Robinson. You went out there and got Alvarado because Deuce went down. Great move. If you get Chris Boucher, I will be campaigning for you hard for GM of the year. Because that will be the most underrated move. Now you got an OG Anunoby insurance policy. And hold on. I think he might have played with OG. Yup. He was in Toronto all the way back. All the way back. 2-time NBA champion. So he was there when they won the championship. OG's his mans. Man, go get this dude. Everybody got a former teammate on the team, right? Go get this dude, man. Go get this dude. I'm telling you. Man. You got to get this kid, man. We cannot. I don't give a damn what the politics was. He'll sit on the bench. But if you need him, emergency glass, let's go. I don't know why Boston did this to this man, yo. For his career, he's averaging 8.7, 5.1 rebounds. He could rebound too. I forgot to add that. He gets busy on the glass, bro. No reason why this brother shouldn't be on the team. Big time to my Caribbean massive, too. He from St. Lucia, man. Big time salute. He representing for St. Lucia right now, man. We need the St. Lucian brother, man. Period. We need him badly. So, yeah, that's the one guy I want on the buyout. Now, I wouldn't mind Chris Middleton. But this kid, telling y'all, I don't give a damn what Boston did. They can't see. I don't know what they're blind. This brother was balling for them. Definitely was balling. Now, before I get to this Pistons breakdown, there's one thing I want to touch on. Where do the Knicks stand in the East? Where do you think the Knicks stand in the East? For some reason, we're like tied with the Cavaliers for the best shot to make it to the finals. How did the Cavaliers get there? Can somebody explain that to me? Because they traded for James Harden? Like, we rate James Harden on that level? Like, this is somebody who we seriously was criticizing for his lack of success in the postseason. This team is not going to be judged by the regular season. They got to get past the second round, Cleveland. So why are we concerned about James Harden? But where do we stand after the moves that we make? All season, Knicks have been known as a suitor for Milwaukee Bucks Giannis, but it never had made sense for the media to blow things up, for the Knicks to blow things up this season. They replaced Mike Brown, mainly because they believe this roster is a contender. 2-9, and at some point in January, but we regained our confidence winning 8 straight. Another thing, too, we did beat the Denver Nuggets, who has the number 1 offense, and we did beat the Lakers, who had the number 2 offense in the last 10 games. So that's saying something to me. And will we beat the Detroit Pistons tonight? I don't give a damn who plays. I know Cat might be out. I know all of that. I don't give a damn about none of that. I really don't care. But where do we stand in the East? That's another question I wanted to ask. Now I'm gonna get to the main topic right now, and then after that we'll touch on the game for tonight. But I want to touch on this Giannis Antetokounmpo stuff and the Bucks. The Bucks done slipped and lost their goddamn mind. I don't understand what Milwaukee is thinking. I don't understand what Milwaukee. First off, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. They gonna. I guarantee you, when Giannis leaves Milwaukee, that GM will be fired within 1 year. What's his name? Hurst? Yeah, I got a foul on you, Hurst. Let me get into my Hurst files. I got a foul on this brother. All right? Let me tell you something. This dude Hurst, he's been around since what, 2017? As the main guy in charge. I got a foul on you, brother. I'm putting this brother under a microscope. Let me give you the quote, though, from from an executive, a low-level executive at that. I'm going to give you that quote. All right, let me see if I got it right here. This is my article. Hold on. All right, yeah, here we go. So, big time salute to the Athletic. If you don't got an Athletic subscription, go get an Athletic subscription. If you really want to know the news, let's go. Now, here's the question that they asked that I thought was pretty brilliant. All right, this is from Joe Varden. Can any team offer equivalent value? Keywords. Equivalent value for Giannis Antetokounmpo. What do you think? This is why I keep telling you, if you want fair, go to the carnival. There is no such thing as fair in sports. We see the AD trade. Do you think that was a fair trade? What about the Trae Young trade this year? Was that a fair? Like, was the value the same? Hold on, I do got a call. Hold on, let me get my brother on the line. How's it going, man? Rock from the ATL, man. Talk to me, brother.
Hey, what up, Ken? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm about to get into this Giannis Antetokounmpo work right here. The Milwaukee Bucks GM is tripping. I'm about to open up a can of worms on them. Let's go. Where do you want to go?
Let's go.
Hey, real quick, man. I couldn't understand. I didn't know who you was talking about at first, but yo, I know the brother you talking about, man. The St. Lucian brother. Yeah, he nice, man. Perfect fit
Yeah.
perfect for us. I was looking at him before. I said, damn, I wish he was on the Knicks. But I forgot about him.
Yeah,
But
because Boston got him.
you'd be surprised why players don't play. I remember one time in the 90s, me and my boy, we was walking to Grant's tomb, and we ran into Kenny Anderson and his crew. I said,
Okay.
what's up, Kenny? And Bill Fitch was acting funny with Kenny's minutes. And he just said, yo, him and Bill Fitch don't get along. I'm like, what? You don't get
Politics,
along?
boy.
It's politics. You'd be surprised, man. But going back, not just taking any thunder from my man Keith from ATL. I was listening earlier. Yeah, that was me that was having the conversation about we have the best big man
Right,
tandem
it
in the
was
league.
you. I knew it was somebody
Yeah.
from the ATL. I figured it was somebody from the. Go ahead.
Yo, and you know what we have in those two? I would like not to break him up, but just like the brother after him said, if I'm gonna give up Mitch, it has to be for Giannis, somebody who's a specialist and top dog at what he do in the league. But in any case, in those two, we have Patrick Ewing again, man.
Bingo.
Yo, check it out. Because Cat shoots the three, just like Pat did. He's a solid rebounder, just like the other two. And he can defend the middle, just like Mitch did.
Bingo.
So that's why we're successful, man. But, we can just, that kid, that four that you're talking about, man. And I think we could take it all, depending on the matchup in the finals. I think we're going all the way. Because
I'm riding with you. Let's go.
What the Pistons showed me against the Wizards, and these kind of teams never win at all.
No.
They play down to the competition, so that means they can't maintain a level mean streak or consistency. So those teams never win. So that's why I think we can go all the way to the finals. But depending on matchup in the finals, I think the only team we can't beat is probably OKC. Oh, it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be very hard. Very hard. My only thing is I wouldn't pick us to be the favorite. Now, I'm gonna root for us to win.
Right.
I just wouldn't be I'm not gonna be the delusional guy to say, yeah, we're gonna be the favorite. I'm not going out. Could we win? Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can handle San Antonio, and as you saw, we can handle the Nuggets.
Right.
It's just that OKC will be a stretch because they got all them long wings coming at you. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And they defend well, bro.
Yeah, but like always, if Cat having a problem, I think it's gonna change when Mitch come in that game.
Big time. I appreciate you, Rock, man. Big time. Great call.
All right, bro. All right. Have a good day, man.
No doubt, man. Big time salute. That's my man, Rock from the ATL. He was the one that said it. Facts. All fact. Yo, y'all got some fire calls this morning. Fire calls, man. At any point, if you want to call up, you can. The phone lines are all open. And if I do miss your call, I will call you back. Like if I get into the heat of this, these matters here. Ooh, Detroit kicking it off early. Wait till you hear my special message from Kay Cunningham. Uh-oh. Detroit.
What's up, man? I'm here
Number
to
2 in the house. Let's go, man.
The number
Everything's
one
good,
here is on the mic. What's up?
You the realest one too, by the way. You the realest one by Detroit, because you the only one that stepped up last night to answer the phone. But go ahead.
I told you I'm leading the charge, man. See, we don't get mad when we lose like y'all Knicks fans. When y'all lose, trade Brunson, trade Cat. We don't do that, man. We lose, we lose. We don't care about the loss. Everybody's going to lose, KP. Everybody's going to lose. It's how you lose. You feel me? We didn't get blew out by them boys. We lost. But the object of the game is to know how to lose and to bounce back. We ain't lost 2 games back to back all year. Stat man, you're the stat man, right? So you should know that. Right. So tonight, we taking it out on you guys. You feel me? We taking it out on you guys. Whether we got Jalen Duran or not, we ain't gonna make no excuses. We coming after you guys. We know Cat don't like the bang. We ain't worried about Mitch. He got no offensive game. All he is a rebounder and a pick setter. That's it. Y'all don't involve him in the offense. And then you got Brunson. That's it. Brunson can score 50. We don't care as long as nobody else scores. The Josh Harts, the 5 kicks, Mikal Bridges. That's his new name. You know what I'm saying? I want all you Knicks fans to know. Y'all gave up 5 picks for Bridges, and you could have had Giannis this year. You did? But how you doing today, man? You ready to lose?
Yo, I got a funny message I'm gonna play in a second, brother. I mean, you said a lot of things that just are incorrect, and yeah, I'm gonna
What's
address all of
incorrect?
that when I do my breakdown. Bro, you said
Okay,
that
so
Knicks fans say we
why
want
you
to.
don't start Mitch?
Oh, because it's terrible. I'm not sure if you watched the Knicks and 10 show. You probably don't because you're a Pistons fan. But when Mitch and Towns start together, they're 5-7. They were a minus 0.7 the last 7 games they played together. So yeah, it doesn't work. They're
Come
better
on, man.
apart. They're better apart. So
And this is the funky bump you wanna give a max contract to Mitch, right? That's what you want to resign Mitch.
yeah, he got to get the bag. Sorry,
What is this average?
it don't matter. But he's the best offensive rebounder,
Man, I
and he
love you,
impacts
Knicks
games.
fans, man. I'm working early, KP, so I could be off by 7, and I could set
Okay.
up shop and watch y'all lose while I'm getting paid at Georgia Tech. But man, you guys are funky bums, man. I just came to mess up y'all day before the Pistons do it and represent, man. Because you've been talking, man. You talking this we weak. How are we weak and we still in first place? What are you talking about, man?
Y'all weak in the
How are we?
playoffs. That's why I'm thinking ahead.
Bro, you lost to the Pacers at home twice. Why you don't ever talk
The
about that,
Pacers are
KP?
because they better than you,
seconds.
man. But listen, I appreciate you. We're gonna talk more tonight. We're gonna talk more
For
tonight.
sure.
Let's go.
For
Big time.
sure.
Salute,
Let's
Detroit,
go, man.
Detroit. Big
For
time.
sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me and him, we go at it, but I like him a lot. He's a good guy. He's a good sport because last night he's the only Pistons fan to get on the line. And I'm gonna read the text message. I'm not gonna tell you which Detroit number hated because we got 7 of them. He's number 2 because he technically should be number 1, but he wanted to be number 2. I'm gonna read the text message from one of the Detroit haters last night. It's hilarious. And then I do got a special message from Cade Cunningham. I'm gonna get to that. No worries, man. Continue. Matter of fact, like Maxine would say, we got to get the likes up. Let's continue to get the likes up. All right. We cook it with hot grease today on the Blue and Orange lunch show. But it's gonna go from Blue and Orange breakfast, brunch, lunch to dinner. They couldn't get a vampire up in the morning, man. But to all the people watching the show, we noticed that 56.6% of you guys are not subscribed. So you guys need to help us out. We want to close the gap. All you got to do is subscribe if you're not subscribed. Smash that bell icon so you get all the notifications. And smash the like button, man. That's it. It's simple. You don't have to do anything more. We do appreciate you guys for checking us out. All right? We got one of the hottest morning shows and one of the hottest night shows with Knicks Nocturnal on the market. So you don't want to miss out. We got a lot going on. And of course, we got the big 24-hour stream that's coming. And man, it's going to be fire. Trust me. And yo, I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm not sure what the world record is for streaming straight, but I'm prepared to be on the stream for the entire 24 hours. Of course, with little breaks, you got to use the restroom and things, got to eat, But I'm talking about not no 2-hour break and come. No, I'm going the whole joint. I'm gonna eat. I might even eat on the stream just to keep it going. This to show you how much of a savage I am. One day this week or last week, don't remember. The days just fly for me because I'm so busy. But I was up for 20 hours straight. 20 hours. I didn't even realize. I said, yo, hold up. When did I go to bed? So if I could be up I wasn't streaming for 20 hours, but I'm saying I was up working, eating, just do what I had to do, but working. I'm like, yo, if I could go to work for 20 hours straight, I could do a damn 24-hour stream. I know it's different. I've been studying the terrain, but yeah, man, we're gonna get it going, man. Definitely gonna get it going, man. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, Detroit tripping. I'm gonna break everything he said down. They didn't lose a back-to-back game yet. Well, records are meant to be broken, dog. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna touch on Giannis. Then I'm gonna get to the Detroit losers. And I'm gonna give a special message from their leader. Nonetheless, if Giannis Antetokounmpo is in his prime and is going out, a franchise cornerstone has to come back, okay? I didn't see a player anywhere on the market. I'm not sure the draft capital on the table was enough. Milwaukee obviously agreed on this point as the team's front office never really engaged in potential suitors. That's crazy. So this is Joe Varden, right? He's saying that they never engaged. They never really engaged potential suitors and counter offers. Probably because general manager John Hurst could do the math and see the landscape and understand that none of them really had a path to getting what Milwaukee should receive for Giannis. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Giannis, what the hell are you doing, bro? You allowing these guys to call the shots because in your twisted mind, they're the bosses and they tell you what to do? Are you not a player that's protected by the collective bargaining agreement from the Players Association and Union? You have rights, dog. You have a right to want out of your situation. And you can handle it in a professional way. But you allowing these guys to not even talk to nobody. That's how they're playing with you, Giannis. And he don't even see it. If the Milwaukee Bucks would have had their pick, they would have had their pick going into the draft. Giannis wouldn't be on the team right now. Giannis would have been gone because they would have tanked and they trying to get in that top 6. Salute to my man Ill Will from the Ville. He told me that there's 6 good players coming out. 6 like really good players. I said 6? I'm like, how is that possible? I only know the top 3. My man from Duke, the kid from BYU, and the Peterson kid, who I never even got a chance to really see, but I heard his name. He's telling me there's some other kids that's coming out that's super nice. But I'm like, are they game changers? Because them first 3 are game changers. You feel what I'm saying? So if you get the kid from BYU in the draft, Giannis is like, all right, that's old news. Because now you got a superstar in the making name that you can sell to the city of Milwaukee. They're going about this the wrong way, but Giannis, shame on you. But John Hurst, who I'm going to get into in a second, this guy right here, John Hurst, what have you done for me lately? I don't understand. It is what it is. You know, these teams just don't know what the world's going on. It is what it is. But I'm going to keep reading. So he could do the math, see the landscape, and understand that none of them are really had a path to getting Giannis. One lower level, keywords to lower, okay? This lower level dude. He's a Bucks official at the lower level. Emphasis on lower level. He put it to me as this way. Let's say you're the Knicks. You think you're trading Karl Anthony Towns for Giannis. No! We should be asking for Jalen Brunson. So look, so that's the asking price, right? Clearly, this low-level executive doesn't really have no knowledge of how big trades work, right? He doesn't have no knowledge of it because the biggest trade they did and the trade that I give them credit for is the Jrue Holiday trade. I'll break that down in a second. But that's not how it works in the NBA. Stop. Like you don't do Luka for Ant-Man, SGA for Jokic. No star trades come with 2 stars going in the opposite direction. You might get all-star trades like that. You don't get superstar trades where it's Luka and Ant-Man and I'm exchanging. It don't work like that. That sounds cute. That sounds great. You in your sick and twisted world, you would think that Minnesota's going to trade Ant-Man for Giannis. Why would they do that? That's not how trades work. We saw Luka go for AD. Then we seen AD go in a package that just had 2 picks, which is crazy to me. I'm surprised they was able to get 2 picks. Because if it was me, I was not giving up 2 first-round picks for AD, but that's just me. But trades usually are not fair. They're not, bro. There's politics, there's agendas. This brother has reportedly asked to be outside of Milwaukee. He's a nice guy, and you're playing with that man's niceness. And then he's dropping videos, and people don't even understand the context to the videos. When he dropped that Wolf of Wall Street video, when he made that speech, you know that they were all going to jail, right? You do realize that in Wolf of Wall Street, they all start dropping dimes on each other. Everybody snitching on everybody. And the company fell. So when the brother made the decision, I'm staying. And Giannis uses that video, hilarious. I broke that down last night. I don't want to talk about the video. I want to talk about this. Now, even me, Mr. I trade anybody. And I do mean anybody. I'm trading anybody. Mark my words. I am not married to players. I am a Knicks fan. I want to win the championship. And in order to win the championship, you need superstar players. And if you don't have a superstar player for the last 30 years, there's no reason why you don't win the championship. The Knicks back in the 70s, the 80s, that's all I'm going to say because I can't say the 90s. The Knicks back in the 70s and 80s, they got superstar talent. That's how you win the championship. So to the OG Knicks fan calling me. I'm going to call you back, Pop. I'm live. That's the way you win championships. You win championships by getting superstar talent. They knew that in the 70s. They got Bob McAdoo, who led the league 3 straight years in scoring, or maybe not straight, but 3 times in scoring. When's the last time we had a leading scorer in the NBA? Then in the 80s, they got Bernard King. It just was the injuries that tore him down. He and Ewing would have won a championship, guaranteed, 100%. You're talking about All-NBA first team. Not second team, not third team, not 2-time All-Star, 1-time All-Star. No, we're talking about multiple-time All-NBA first team Bernard King. Yeah, big time salute to Bernard King. You're talking to somebody that know their Knick history. Even though I wasn't around, I know my Knick history, dog. In the 70s and the 80s, the Knicks got superstars. Whether the draft was rigged or not for Ewing, they got Ewing. I don't know if it was rigged, but don't matter. You got to get all NBA first teamers. So while I trade anybody, in this case, I'm not trading Jalen Brunson. No, I'm not. I'm not trading Jalen Brunson for Giannis. You know why I'm not doing it? Because we're in the position of power. We're the person that he wants to go. We're the destination. So that means that you don't call the shots. He really calls the shots. Not you first and your underlings, the low-level executive. No, we should be asking for Jalen Brunson. You'll never be a GM, whoever the hell this guy is. But are we going to sit here and act like the Milwaukee Bucks front office they're not doing a terrible job? They're not doing one of the worst front office jobs that you could possibly see. They completely botched the championship team. Now, to give them some slack there, no one has won the championship in the last 10 years or damn near after they won it previously. So it's not just a Heat problem. I think it's an apron problem. And so it's harder to keep teams around. But at the end of the day, what has this guy done in Milwaukee in the last 5 years? What have they done? Yes, he did the Drew Holiday deal. Right? He did the Drew Holiday deal. Let me see if I got the details right here. So this was the deal for Drew Holiday. He gave up. He got Drew Holiday and Sam Merrill. He gave up Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, who was over the hill, and he gave up first round pick in 2020. unprotected pick in 2025, unprotected pick in 2027, and 2 first-round pick swaps, 24, 26. Look at how that Drew Holiday karma is coming back to bite the Bucks in the butt. Because there's no way they could have foreseen that they would have traded away Drew Holiday and the franchise would have went to hell, right? There's no way for them to foresee that. But then we want to sit here and wonder as to why their front office has been so anemic. This was a great trade, but I'm just using that 2026 pick as karma. It's what you get. It's what you get. You threw that swap in there and it came back to bite you because now you have no leverage. And the closer Giannis gets to 2027 as a Milwaukee Buck, the least leverage they have, the more leverage he has. All he has to do is say, I want to go to New York. We played your game. We played your game. You said you were going to try to come up with other packages with other teams, and none of these teams, I don't want to go there. I don't want to really go to Miami. Yeah, it's cool. My mom likes it, but I really don't want to go there. I need to go to New York because they got a guy there by the name of Jalen Brunson who's about to be All-NBA first team, and I want to make my odds even stronger and bring that organization the championship. But what have they done besides the Drew Holiday trade? Because someone they tell me, do you guys know what they done besides Drew Holiday as a franchise? 2022, they didn't make no deals, right? Because, you know, they won the championship and they felt like they didn't need to make a deal. Was that the right move in 2022? I know that they fired their coach in 2023, but I'm going to get there. Then 2022, 2023 comes. They do the big, this is when they fire the coach, right? Mike Budenholzer, who won them the championship. I'm not saying he's the greatest coach ever. They do the 3-team deal. Somebody in John Hurst's staff, or he had a bright idea to go get this guy, Dame Lillard, who is not the right fit for Giannis. A lot of you guys say that Brunson is like Dame Lillard. No, they're not. Brunson and Dame Lillard are not the same player. That's cap. That's cap. Dame Lillard, when he was, what got him the top 75 was his explosiveness and his athleticism, his speed, his ability to get you off the dribble. He could shoot the three, even though he's not that. I don't think he was ever the most efficient three-point shooter, but it was his athleticism and his speed and his capabilities with the ball, getting downhill fast, being able to get shots up quick. That's Dame Lillard's game. Also, Dame Lillard has never played off the ball. He's always been the point guard. Jalen Brunson is different because he's been off the ball. He played with a guy named Luka Doncic who does more dribble than everybody else in the goddamn league. And it's okay because it's Luka Doncic. We don't mind it. Luka could dribble all day, and Luka can't play no defense either. But we don't ever say, oh, well, Luka don't play no defense. But Jalen Brunson got to get that credit. But Luka don't get that same slack because he dropped 35 and he's 6'9". I digress. The bottom line, what I'm saying is Jalen Brunson is all about clever shiftiness, but it's not based on athleticism. Jalen Brunson is going to have a long career of getting buckets in this league because it's his IQ and his footwork that gets him. That never goes away. Your footwork, that don't disappear. Jalen Brunson ain't going to forget how to use his footwork. He's not a super athletic, mobile type dude. That's not how Jalen Brunson gets busy. And he could play in the post. So it's a way different package. It's a way different bag. Jalen Brunson and Giannis will be more than compatible. 100,000%. And I'll debate anybody on that. He is not Dame Lillard. Nonetheless, he makes the terrible decision to trade for Dame Lillard. Giving up Drew Holiday because in their mind, they thought that Drew Holiday was the better guy. You know? And so they made that deal. Then, of course, they had the brother Adrian Griffin. He was running the show. They were 30-13. The Milwaukee Bucks with Griffin, the first-time coach. 30-13. Hold on. What did Mike Brown do this year? Hold on. The Bucks were. Think about that. They just traded for Dame Lillard. They got a new coach. They were 30-13. Were we 30-13? We were 30-18. We were 30-18 with a new coach in the same team. Well, some new pieces, but pretty much the same team from last year. We went to 30-18, and Mike Brown still has his job. They went to 30-13. They just fired their coach. They just fired their other coach that won the championship. Coach Thibodeau didn't win no damn championship. They brought in a new guy that was the most promising coach. They fired him. Now, of course, behind the scenes stuff go on that we don't know. Okay, cool. That's politics, whatever. It's just the optics looks kind of weird and crazy. And then you go downhill. You fall off the cliff. Then you hire Doc Rivers, right? And it falls off the cliff. What are we doing? This is John Hurst. Oh, Giannis can't win in Milwaukee. Do you see the moves this guy is doing? And now you got Doc, who's not doing the greatest job, but you can't fire him because you already fired 3 coaches. Because eventually we're going to start looking at it like, it ain't the coach's fault. Maybe it's you. I guarantee you Hurst is going to be about it. I guarantee it. I'm willing to bet anything that once Giannis leaves Milwaukee, he will not be there beyond a year. And they think in their heart, mind, body, and soul that they're going to get Jalen Brunson. While you might say the Knicks wouldn't do that, they're trying to add Brunson. You're right. And this is the problem of a megastar pushes his way out of a city when he's under contract. It's almost impossible to get return value for a player of Antetokounmpo's caliber. Bingo. Hello. What are you thinking? You're not going to get a player of the same caliber. Hello. Earth to whoever's made. Stop it. This is not how trades work, man. We are not giving up Jalen Brunson for Antetokounmpo. That ship is sailed. So anybody telling you that you got to trade this and this and this and this and this and this, they know it. It's impossible to get a return value for Giannis. You dropped the ball, Milwaukee. You haven't done nothing smart in 5 years. I give you credit. You brought in Jrue Holiday. That's the best trade you ever made. Then the dumbest move you ever made was trading Jrue Holiday. Then you had to move on from Middleton. And that was the end of your franchise. Big time salute to my man Hakeem the Dream on the $2 super chat. Brunson is ooh, you going there? Hold up, y'all. Hold up, man. Hold up. Hakeem the Dream says Brunson is replaceable. Get Giannis. I didn't say that. He said that. Now, while Hakeem, while I normally would be with you because I trade anybody, I don't give a damn. They all could go. They all gonna go eventually. I'm still gonna be a Knicks fan. It don't matter who's on the team. I want a superstar for once in my life. God damn it. But I'm not gonna give up Brunson because they don't have the leverage. Ooh, I got a Detroit hater calling up the line. Uh-oh, Detroit hater number 7, man. What's going on? What you got to say, man?
Hey, what's going on? You know, I hear you talking about Milwaukee. Hey. On a sleepy deal, Detroit got the steal of this trade. They got the white boy from the Bulls, the shooter. That's all we need. That's all we need. I'm telling you, it's a wrap for New York, man. It's a wrap, guy. I
you really believe that?
I do, because one thing we do lack is shooting, and I will agree to that. We're not a good outside shooting team, and we need some outside shooting, especially coming to playoff time. And they went and pulled off this sneaky trade. And I'm
So,
telling you.
so Kevin Hurt is coming to save you. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying coming to save you. I'm not saying he's gonna come to save. He's gonna add, and it's something we need, because when you make trades, you don't make trades just to be making trades. You make trades that where you need. And it was a
Well, you got to
sneaky
tell
good
that to
move.
some of these damn teams. That some of these trades didn't make no goddamn sense to me. But whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But right
You
now,
know? Go ahead.
right now, we're talking about your Achilles heel right now,
And what's that?
Detroit.
Yo, you made my day with that, brother. That was a team that we beat in the playoffs, our Achilles heel.
Last time we played, didn't we beat you by 35?
What's gonna happen tonight?
But no, I'm just saying, didn't we just beat you by 35?
That's cute, but what's gonna happen tonight?
Okay.
What's gonna happen tonight in Detroit?
Well, we just beat you by 35. Man, it could be 20 tonight. Could be 20.
We smacking y'all tonight. Listen, we gonna embarrass y'all again.
Now Harris, we just embarrassed you. We beat you by 35, man.
No, you got embarrassed by the Washington Wizards, man. They was up 36-12. I saw the game.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You're right. Yeah, we dropped the ball. Yeah, you're right. I give you that. We dropped the ball, but it's a long season. Sometimes things like that gonna happen. But just like you guys got beat by 35, but was it Orlando? So
No. We had a 20-point, but we beat them the last two times. We smacked them the last two times, and we did it in the cup knockout. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But see, I'm the one calling about the jersey. Remember, if we win,
I know. I got you. Yeah, I know. I got you.
Okay.
Kill, right? That's your name, Kill?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And look, tonight I'm gonna call you. All right?
Don't say
you're gonna talk tonight.
Hey, don't say Kill too loud, man, because I got some baby mamas out there looking for me.
I got you, brother. Yo, big time salute, man. We'll talk tonight, man. Salute.
Have a good day.
All right.
Great.
All right. Great job. Yo, Detroit, they cool. Even though we gonna get it in. It's smoke. Tonight is where there's smoke, there's fire Fridays. It's going down tonight. We gonna call all the Detroit haters. I'm glad I forgot to hit him up last night. He also was told I forgot to hit him up. Yeah, I forgot. I only hit up the first 6. I never sent him the text last night. Nonetheless, I'm glad he called up. That's a preview as to what you're going to expect tonight. So I'm about to get into this Pistons game right after these messages. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I got you. I don't see my... Okay. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to, because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. The first of its kind, the 24-hour live stream will be going down February 13th. You have to be there, man. It's going to be lit. I'm telling you, man. We got special guests. I got to follow up with some more people today. Got some more calls to make today to make sure everything is solidified for next Friday, man. But look, I'm going to get into this Pistons game, man. These dudes, yo, let me tell you something, man. Big time salute. Hold up. Big time salute to Vegas, man. Because Vegas, they on the money, man. They got us as the slight favorite on the road, dog. Big time salute to the bookies, man. Feel me? Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa. Wait, hold up. Slow it down. They changed. Why did the odds change? Hold up. The odds changed. Something must have happened. We was a -1.5. Let me see something. Why did the odds change? Okay, Sarek is out. Hold on. The odds definitely changed. We was a -1.5 all day. I don't think Durant's gonna play with the knee. I think they keep him out this game. But on our side, Cat is game time because of the eye. He's a game time decision. Maybe Cat is not gonna play. Did you guys get any updates on Cat? I didn't get no updates on Cat. Hold on. Let me double check something really quickly. So Harris, all I see here is okay. So Towns has been downgraded to doubtful, and OG Anunoby has been downgraded to questionable. So we might not have Towns, OG, and Hart as a GTD. But I think Hart gonna play. So you might not have OG and Towns tonight. I don't give a goddamn who's there, who's not there. We still gonna beat the Pistons. We may not smack them, but we gonna beat them. They got injuries too. We all got injuries. They beat up too. Harris and Duncan Robinson, they also questionable. You feel me? So yeah, it's just gonna be one of them games where we gonna come in there with a weird lineup. Jose Alvarado, unfortunately, will not be making his debut tonight. More than likely, he'll make his debut on Sunday against the Celtics. So it is what it is. I'm not crying because they got injuries too. We still got Brunson, right? We still got Bridges. Hopefully Bridges shows up tonight because that last game was terrible. So, okay. Well, so Vegas changed the odds. All right. It's cool. So we are underdog now. We were favored this an hour or two ago, but that's fine. Of course, these are the leading scorers. Jalen Durant, leading rebounder. Brunson, Cunningham, of course. Cunningham leads the league in assists, but he also averages like damn near 4 turnovers a game. So, yeah, you could get hype off the 9.8 assists, but y'all get on Brunson. Brunson don't average 3.7 turnovers a game. Brunson's in the twos. Brunson is super efficient in terms of his ball control. Can we say the same thing about Cade Cunningham? This is a Detroit Pistons team that and look, we pretty much, we're right there with them, like neck and neck in all of the categories. Like we got them in points. They got us to get in points in the guess. But remember, we're one of the best defenses in the last 10 games is the New York Knicks. In fact, if you want to look at the last 5 games, the New York Knicks are the #1 defense with a defensive rating of 102.4. Big time salute to the boys in orange and blue. See, what they don't understand in Detroit is that they dealing with a whole different New York team. And it don't matter who's going to be there or not. We've been carrying the same consistent energy no matter who's there. Mitchell Robinson going to hold down the fort. That's why we got the blockness monster, who still is the leading rebounder. And I guarantee you might see a hacker Mitch. But remember when that Detroit #2 hater called it, he said that, oh yeah, Brunson, he's selfish. He don't pass the ball. He don't get no assists. Well, the Pistons, we average more assists than the Pistons, and our assist percentage is higher, meaning that most of our buckets come off assists than ISO. Okay? So just for the record, yeah, y'all play one-man hero ball. Everybody stands and watch what Cade does. That's what y'all been doing. In your last 5 games, you're 3-2. All right? Yes, you did beat the Denver Nuggets. Struggled in that game. Y'all were up big, but you only won by 3. We went to overtime, and we smashed them by 7. I'm just saying. It looked like our game was more defiant than your game. Your game was a fight to the end because Denver made a miraculous comeback. They were down double digits. But then y'all lost to the Washington Wizards. I mean, that game was one of the most wackiest, weirdest games I ever seen in my life. The one thing about that Wizard game that opened up my eyes and really makes me feel confident, whether or not Towns or whoever the hell plays, I don't give a damn. The New York Knicks shot, the Washington Wizards shot 44% from downtown. The Detroit Pistons is one of the top 3-point defenses in the league, and they gave up 44% to the Washington Wizards, one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. What do you think the Knicks, who's been the number three 3-point shooting team, is going to do? A team that won 8 games in a row. The Detroit Pistons were bragging. You know, I watched their broadcast. See, that's why he said, yo, you were right, because he know I watched the game. See, the difference between me and you is that, yeah, you might watch one Knicks game that come on TNT. I watched like 17 Boston games. I had to watch at least 15, maybe more, Detroit Pistons games. Took notes and everything where I could break down things that took place in the game, right? Things that took place in the game. Can you say the same? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. So, yeah, you beat the Nuggets, who came back. You beat the Brooklyn. Yeah, they were so hyped. Yo, we beat Brooklyn by 53. Well, guess what? We beat them by 54. So where we going? And we held them to 66 points. Anything you want to say in Detroit, I got a rebuttal. Because how the hell you going to be our Achilles heel when we beat you in the playoffs? And we're going to beat you in the playoffs if we just so happen to see you again. And we're going to smoke you tonight. Where there's smoke, there's fire Fridays. I am confident that we'll get it done. Do you know who the Washington Wizards had on their team? They made a trade. Didn't Washington make a trade? Do you think AD was out there? How many of you guys think AD was out there and what other guys they got in the deal? Look at their lineup. Penny. This is a kid I really wanted really badly. Keyshawn George. A pick that we had, but we traded to Washington. Alex Sarr. French big man. Bub Carrington. Koulibaly. That was their starting 5. No Middleton, no McCollum, no none of that. Do you know that the Washington Wizards took the Detroit Pistons to the wire the first time in Detroit? They went to overtime. The Washington Wizards scored 135 points against the Pistons, dog. You want to know what we did, what we do to Washington? You want to know? Let me tell you what we do to Washington as I go into my 82 nights, the official basketball intelligence system. Pun intended. Go get yours now on the link tree. We held the Washington Wizards in Washington to 101 points the last time we saw them. The first time we saw them, we held them to 102 points. There's no way in the world the Washington Wizards would get 135 points against us. There's no way in the world the Washington Wizards would score 126 points against us. It don't matter who's on the goddamn team. I don't give a damn who's there. It's not happening. You guys are, I'm noticing the slip in the cracks for Detroit. You guys are slowing down. You had a fast start, but the train is coming to a halt. Yeah, you beat the Golden State Warriors without Jimmy Butler. That's cool. I'm not using no injuries as an excuse. I'm just calling out facts. That was cool. You went to Golden State. That was a good one. But what happened in Phoenix? I saw this game. You want to know something interesting about Phoenix? And this is why I don't care about who's going to play or who's not. Because when the Phoenix Suns smacked them in Phoenix, they didn't have Devin Booker. They didn't have the other brother. What's his name? Damn. Can't remember the other brother's name. They didn't have 2 of their key guys. Dylan Brooks dropped 40 on them. What do you think Brunson's going to do? The Suns shot 38% from 3. What do you think the number 3 3-point shooting team is going to do? But this is the magical number right here. The Phoenix Suns don't get to the line like that. They had 29 free throws. You know why? the Detroit Pistons, they are last, dead last in keeping teams off the line. On average, the Detroit Pistons give up 28.6 free throws a night. That's a league worst. They give up 22.6 fouls a night. They can't help themselves. Yeah, they play good defense, but they're a bunch of hacks. Yeah, they play good defense, but they're a bunch of hacks. They can't help themselves. That includes Jalen Duren, who may play or may not play. Will he be able to control himself in the playoff setting? I don't know. It didn't look the greatest last year when we went up against Durant. I mean, he did have some good games, but he also couldn't help himself with fouls. And it's bad enough that Cade also gets a lot of bad fouls because he goes to the basket with reckless abandon sometimes, and he just runs over people. Charge. Other way. There's some kinks in the armor. Another thing, too, about these Detroit Pistons. I think they protected the ball this game, but against the Wizards, they gave up 15 turnovers to the Wizards. And it was part of the reason why they were bad turnovers, because it was part of the reason why the Wizards were going on the run. Every time they were coming back, the Wizards would turn them over, hit a three. Like clockwork. Couldn't believe my eyes. By the way, if you want to know the assist percentage, the Pistons' assist percentage is 62.9. Ours is 63.9. So when we talk about Brunson, dribble, let's talk about Cade, dribble. Because that's all they do. They watch Cade and they wait in the corner. That's it. That's their offense. Then them young bulls get a little hyped when Cade get out the game. That's when you start to see some of these other guys. Hold on, let me just click on the game. Just so I can show you the other names. Then these Jenkins and all these dudes, that's when they get some heart in their coverage when Cade is not there. But it's a battle to close the gap or to sustain the lead when Cade's not in, because these other guys are just not consistent like that, right? Hold on, damn, I clicked on the wrong team. What am I doing? Back out of there. Hold on. We get to the Pistons. I just want to show you the names. I'm going to click on their Denver game just to show you the names of the guys off their bench. And that's when, LeVert comes in. That's when Green comes in. These guys, Hollins. These guys are not. I am not scared of none of these guys in the playoffs, dog. I'm telling you right now. I am not scared of none of Detroit's bench players. I don't give a damn about Saric and Herter. What did Saric and Herter ever do in the postseason to make me shook? You think I'm spooky in the woods? You think I'm scared? Now, although they got the #1 3-point defense, or one of the top 5 3-point defenses, they gave up 44% to Washington. They also haven't been as strong in the paint in the last 21 games. They're down on their blocks. This is a team that's one of the top blocks team in the game. They're down to 4 in the last 5. Okay, their field goal percentage has also dropped down to 47.9 in the last 5 games. They have a 7.9 net rating in the last 5 games. We have the best net rating in basketball, 20.9. Big time. Yo, we are dominant. That includes the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, 2 of the top 10 offenses in basketball. The Los Angeles Lakers had the #2 offense in the last 10 games when we went up against them. Here is the #1 big time salute to my man Krim's dad. Oh, hold on, wait. Before I continue, hold on. Ooh, I forgot. Before I continue, and I do got some super chats. Let me show you we got a special message from the Detroit Pistons captain. I'm not sure if they call him captain, but their superstar, Cade Cunningham. He has a special message for Knicks fans that he would like us to know. Give me a second while I find this. Hold on. He has a special message. Do I got it? Please tell me I uploaded it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Hold on. Let me go in the studio mode to make sure this is the right one. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna find it. I got a special. This is important. All right. So listen to this message from the Detroit Pistons superstar.
I'm so sad. We lost to magicians who cannot even play basketball. Loser Wizards. I quit since we will lose to the Knicks anyway. God damn it.
Did you guys catch that message? Did you guys catch that message? Hold on, I'm gonna play it back.
I'm so
for you.
sad. We lost to magicians who cannot even play basketball. Loser Wizards. I quit since we will lose to the Knicks anyway. God damn it.
Did you catch that energy, man? Did you get Detroit confidence in that message, man? They sound really spooky, man. They sound like Detroit is on. Yo, hold up. Let me read y'all before I could. Let me read this. I'm not gonna say which hater it is because I want them to cop to it on air when we beat them tonight, right? But listen to the message that one of the Detroit haters said to me last night. This is the text. They always texting me, right? Watch this. Watch this. This is what he said. I respect y'all team. Y'all should go to the finals, especially in the playoffs, which is different. This is from the Detroit hater. We ain't battle tested enough. I tell everyone in Detroit, y'all are going to the finals. This is what one of the Detroit haters text me, man. Big time salute to the Detroit hater. He came to his goddamn senses, man. They can't see us in the real game. Big time salute to my man Hakeem the Dream. He said, I love the Knicks, but Brunson is easily replaceable. Giannis is a generational talent. Damn, like Olajuwon and Shaq. Brunson isn't on that level. Kyrie will be available this summer for peanuts. Yo, Hakeem, I hear you, brother. I want to agree with you. And I usually would, because I don't give a damn. Anybody can go on a deal. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm not a fan of the number name on the jersey, because at any moment in time, they could stand up like Giannis and ask for a trade. I know I got the Bodega Cash shirt. You could go get this at shop.thisweekinsidethenix.com or hitting up the link tree. I know I got the Bodega Cat hoodie on. But if I have to take it off the market, I will. Right now, it's Bodega Cat season. I got another shirt line I'm trying to get done right before the hater dot. I keep saying the hater dot. I mean the fan of dot. It's going to piss some of y'all off. But I think it would be my highest selling merch. I think this line that I'm coming out with, it will be the highest seller. But Hakeem, while I agree with you, right? You know, Giannis is a generational talent. That's 100% facts. Like Olajuwon, Shaq, Brunson isn't on that level. I agree. I love Brunson, but he's not on that level. Pure facts. The bottom line, why we got the Bucks in a vulnerable position, because they think they calling the shots and they gonna say, yeah, we gonna get equal value. The less they're willing to bend, the worse the package is gonna become, because it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be trade deadline next year. And if Giannis is still on the Bucks, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it did happen, they will get the peanuts. So why me, Leon Rose, would I trade Brunson when I got them by the balls? Because Giannis wants to come to New York. And as long as that's the truth, then we don't need to trade Brunson. No, we're going to sit there like this. It's like the scenario I gave last night. I gave a great scenario. Go watch last night's show. I'm not going to steal all the jewels from there, but I had a great scenario with the whole Towns thing. Towns, the whole Giannis thing. So I hear you, my brother. Yo, Hakeem, I'm normally riding with you. You know what I mean? I'm a thumbs up the comment, too. I'm a thumbs up all the comments. Big time salute to the super chats, man. If you guys can't call up, you could always send in a donation. I will get to it. I will respond to it. All right? Whether it be a Cash App or not. Let me just check the Cash Apps just in case. By the way, also to the people that called up, like the Detroit people, if you do want to call, you could always call back. The $5 callback option is available for an additional 2 minutes. Okay? So if you want to call back, that's still an option. But I think we need to listen to this Detroit message one more
I'm
time.
so sad. We lost to magicians who cannot even play basketball. Loser Wizards, I quit since we will lose to the Knicks anyway. God damn it.
That's the type of energy we going into tonight's game. I don't give a damn who plays. It doesn't matter to me. I think we're gonna smoke them. I think they're a team that's fallen from grace a little bit. I know that they're 13-6 against 500, but no, hold on, stat check that. They might be 14-6 now. I know they're 14-6 against 500 and above teams. All that sounds cute, but it ain't gonna mean nothing tonight. They had a team put up for, by the way, this is my fantasy league right here. I'm killing my man Dusty right now. Dusty, if you listen to this, you need to get back in you need to get back, not just in the Discord, but you need to get back in your fantasy ground, because I'm smoking you right now. I'm trying to win the fantasy championship, man. I'm about to get a trophy for myself. Ain't that something? I get a trophy for me, man. Nonetheless, 14 or 50, no, 50, I think they're 15-6. 15-6 against 500 above teams don't mean nothing, man. Records are meant to be broken. They hadn't lost on the back-to-back. Well, guess what? No, they hadn't lost 2 games in a row. Well, guess what? It's time. OKC had their time. And it's time for you to get smoked, man. So I'm predicting the Knicks victory tonight. Only reason why I'm not going to say smack is because if Towns and OG is not there, it's going to be hard to guarantee a smack, right? But I think we could beat them. They still don't got Saric. He's still punked out. Herter played. He had a whopping 0 points last night. Hold on, let's take a look at what their newest addition, the guy that was their answer. This is the guy that is their answer. Look at what their answer did. Kevin Herter, the guy they needed the most. They needed shooting. He played 6 minutes, had 0 points. 0-2 from the field. 0-2 from 3. Get him the hell out of here. If he's your savior, y'all going to get cooked. Now, I like this kid, Holland. I like the Holland kid a lot. But you banking on him in the postseason? You going to bank on Holland? Really? That's what you want to do? And please start him tonight if Durant don't play. Please start him. I want him to be overwhelmed from the beginning of the game, because he comes into the game with too much goddamn confidence. Another thing, too, they were bragging on their broadcast last night. See, I watched their games. They were bragging on their broadcast. They said that the Detroit Pistons have the second most victories by single digits, which is 21 wins. You know what? That's honorable, man. Let's give the Pistons a salute on that. Big time salute. I'm gonna give a New York City salute to the Pistons, man. Y'all do a great job at beating people by single digits. I went and tallied up all the Knicks wins, right? We got 20 blowouts. 10 or more. 20. So what do you want? Do you want the 21 single digits, or do you want the 20 blowouts? That's what we do. The games don't be close. We smack a team. We just went to overtime for the first time against Denver. This is what we do. This is New York City. You feel me? And if you guys want to call up, this will be the final, not the final call. I do got a little bit more I want to talk about, but this will be a good time for you guys to call up. This is the Blue and Orange Lunch Show. Call up. Let your voice be heard. 646-995-8389. And if you want to call back, you know what you got to do to call back. I appreciate all the support. My man Hakeem the Dream. Damn, you dropping it today. You really want to trade Brunson. Oh, my God. Are y'all jacking out New York City? Are we trading Jalen Brunson? What say you? I'll be back with more after these messages. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do. We're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to, because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. Big time salute. The Fanathon is upon us. It's coming on January the 13th, man. Listen, you got to make sure you guys are there. So smash that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, because half of you guys, 56.6% that watch the channel, are not subscribed. So let's just make that gap up by hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell icon so more cool Knicks fans could check out the videos. But listen, man, we'll be back tonight with the late night talk show Where There's Smoke, There's Fire, and we're gonna be roasting the Detroit Pistons, man. And until next time, let's go.